Hello and welcome to UTB Blogcast number 84. We are here tonight with Brad, Dave, Alpha, and Roy. Say hello, boys.
Hello, boys.
Hello,
Hello,
boys.
boys.
All right, let's just jump right in and talk about the new phone that we've been seeing all kinds of videos for.
Yeah, you can actually talk about it now.
I can.
Or not.
Well,
Or, yeah, she can,
well, I
but
kind of said quite a bit in the
hours talking
video.
about it this week. Say what?
So what questions do you guys have?
How you like
How's
it?
It's pretty amazing.
How's the camera on it?
Oh my goodness, this camera is so freaking clear.
I've actually been seeing some camera comparisons on YouTube. One of them that I saw, it was against the Samsung Galaxy S8, and oh, actually it was the Key 1 versus the Samsung Galaxy S8, and man, the Key 1 really held its own, and it actually beat the S8 in some aspects. So
That's awesome.
yeah, that's a great camera. That's going to be
Most
a
on
really
site.
good camera.
Yeah,
Huh?
we publish it on UTB, and the Key 1 camera looks amazing.
I mean, honestly, I've noticed just like a few odd things that I think it was. What did you post, Erica? I think it was food or coffee or something you posted. Obviously, like bored at work or something, and it's just like I know it was just a
That never
snapshot you
happened.
took, but oh my god, it was so clear. It was like it. I was just amazed at the difference between what normally gets posted in a group and that one.
Well, I've been posting some shot on Key 1 pictures on my Instagram, and it's just like I said this in the review. I'm not really that into pictures. Like I don't take them, and even though I'm a mother, I like never snap pictures of my kids unless something really really cool is happening. But this camera, I'm just like, I need a picture of that. I need a picture of that. I need a picture of that. it just it the images are so crisp. I mean, I have one shot of rocks just because I could see like every single crag on the rock. It was really cool.
Yeah, I hear that. And it just goes to show you that megapixels are not necessarily the benchmark to look for. The as an example, I'm willing to bet that the Key 1 would kick my DTEC 60's ass, even though the Key 1 is a 12 megapixel shooter and the DTEC 60 is 21 megapixels, so nearly bloody double. But I'm willing to bet that the sensor in the Key 1 is what makes the big difference, and the software surrounding that as well. So I mean, I've taken some great shots with the DTEC 60, and it's absolutely no slouch in its own right. But I really get the feeling that if we were both taking pictures of the same thing, that the Key 1 would kick its ass all day long.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
even like with far away shots, when I zoom in on the picture itself, the clarity is still there even after I zoom way in on a picture I've already taken.
If I will continue what they also started, both Samsung S8 and the Key 1 have the same company made sensor by Sony, and they're both 12 megapixels, but still produce better pictures.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah,
your
again
previous phone, the Passport, was one up on megapixels as well. So there.
Was it?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's
the
a 13.
passport's a 13 megapixel.
Wow.
But what I
People have
heard
seen
most,
go ahead, boy.
what I heard most is the battery life of the key one. Did you notice it, Erica?
Low light?
I'm sorry. What?
The battery
Oh.
life.
Oh, battery life.
Yeah. I honestly haven't really been able to track the battery very well yet. I I've been using it pretty heavily, and with all the social media stuff coming and going from it, it lasts me all day. But I haven't really given it a good test yet, so I can't really speak too much
I
about
saw.
that.
I saw
Okay, but to
reviews.
be fair, if you say, for argument's sake, tell us what time you unplug it in the morning, if that's what your routine is, and if you do plug it in at the end of the day, how much have you got left? What?
All right, so let's say that my normal schedule, because I have mild insomnia. I wake up at 3 a.m. and I unplug my phone, and I usually still have about 40% when I get home from work, and the rest of my night, it sometimes it'll last all night. Sometimes I'll just go ahead and plug it in. Like I said, I haven't really put it through its paces to see how long it'll go and what I'll have left at the end of the day.
What the hell, woman? You're a reviewer. Work that battery tomorrow.
Well, there's lots of things to review, so I've been playing with different things each day.
That sounded like a threat, Brad, like assault and battery.
I've seen some that was funny, Dave. I've seen some benchmarks, and it's beaten handily the iPhone 7 and the Galaxy S8 and the LG G6, but LG is not very strong in the battery department to begin with. But they make a good phone, but
for battery, for a modern
battery.
smartphone, I'd be shocked to find anything that beats it, according to the things that I've read and Erica's examples. Excuse me. I think you'd be hard pressed to find something that beats it.
Yeah,
with or without a stick.
People are always talking about these tech forums and stuff like that. A lot of people say the iPhone sells so much because it focuses on things that real life Joes really care about, like the camera, I guess having all the apps that your friend has or that your family member has, and battery life. And the Key One ticks all those boxes handily, and it's a gorgeously designed phone, physical keyboard, and it's more secure than the other stuff that's out there.
Don't
For people,
forget,
if anyone overlooks a Key One as opposed to going for something else, I'd say they're making a huge mistake. Huge mistake.
don't forget it's a $200 cheaper phone than the other phones that we talked about, Samsung or
Yes.
iPhone. So it's
Yes, it
value
is.
for money, big time.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely get good value for money with the Key One. And anyone who says you don't is foolish. We got BlackBerry Mobile TCL decided to go with the 625 processor as opposed to a flagship processor like the 835. I know a lot of people were making remarks and comments about that, but I rather my cell phone management and last me all day with extremely heavy usage than me have to plug it in 2 or 3 times a day. But I have the latest processor in my phone.
That's exactly it. It's got that processor. It's got really a smaller screen size. I mean, and a huge battery. I mean, there's just nothing else out there that's doing that. And BlackBerry's always been known for having better batteries, except for the Z10. Let's not talk about that. And I just mean, I don't understand how these iPhone users can be like, oh, look, I got a new iPhone. And then you watch them, at the beginning of their day and they tap out a few messages. And then 3 hours later, they've got their phone plugged in. I thought the whole point of a cell phone was to go wireless, right?
Yeah.
It's like, why would someone want to be connected to the wall all the time?
No, I know. Point taken. On my way back from Vancouver Island yesterday afternoon and relaxing, both my son and I are heavily working our phones kind of thing. And I glance over to the edge of the ferry and there's these two younger people, laughing it up and this and that and the other thing. And then I realized why they were standing where they were standing. It's because they were both plugged into an outlet there. And you don't have to guess what kind of phones they had. And it was pretty funny watching them try to take selfies while they were still plugged in. But anyway. So, Erica, how about tell me about your opinions. I don't know if you're a heavy voice call user or whatever. Tell me about call quality, things that you've noticed or not noticed, or are they better than your Passport? Same thing. Coverage, those kinds of things. Even radio signal strength, if you found a weak spot or it's just as good, or what do you think?
So far, it seems pretty comparable. I mean, with reception and everything, I have one dead spot in the town where I work, and it's still there on this phone. I didn't expect it to go anywhere. That's just AT&T.
Yeah. Is that anywhere near a crematorium?
Or?
Just wondering.
Because
some things are coincidences and some aren't.
I'm trying to think.
And I'm buggering that up for you.
No, you had lots of different things that you just asked me.
Yeah, call quality. If you're yakking on the phone, does it sound as good? Or
there's like literally two people that I talk to on the phone, and because I don't use my phone to talk to people. But
so you don't talk to Brad, and Brad doesn't talk to you. There's something in common.
Yeah. As far as I can tell, it sounds clearer from what little bit I've used it so far for that. There, on my last phone, there just seemed to be a lot of static and a lot of "can you hear me now" type conversations, and with this, I haven't had any problem with that yet.
Interesting, because the Passport had the antenna technology that BlackBerry purchased. Now the damn name is escaping me.
Paratech.
Yeah, Paratech antennas, and it also had some wicked technology for noise suppression in your environment. Like if I took my Passport into a really noisy server room with piles of servers and computers that were having their fans blasting on and whatever, I could carry on having a conversation like this right now. You guys would probably never even notice that there was fans blasting in the background, and the Paratech antenna would hang on to a signal like nobody's business. I haven't done those kinds of things as much with my Priv or now with my DTEC 60. So it's interesting I should go try that with the DTEC, because I think maybe technology is keeping up with those things. And it's interesting that Paratech has not been injected into the Priv or either of the DTECs, and I don't think it's going to be in the Key 1 either.
let's have a little bit of fun. Because used to, when we come across like something we would consider a troll post or something along those lines, we would respond to it on the site. We don't do that anymore. We try and keep it professional. So hey, what's the blogcast if we don't have some fun, right? So one of the first posts that popped up on my feed was on Android Police. They did a review of it. The title of the review was BlackBerry Key 1 Review, a tale of a decent phone full of annoyances, by a Jordan Palmer. Let's see. Okay, so Jordan is a resident of Colorado. He's been following technology. So it's a guy named Jordan. So let me ask Erica some of the issues that he had.
Okay.
And see if you're having any of these issues. Okay. So Mr. Jordan from Colorado starts out with the not so good here. The Key 1 is chunky and is difficult to hold. Typing with one hand on the physical keyboard is also a pain. And even though it's only 180 grams, the Key 1 feels very dense and heavy. Using it single-handed is not a pleasant experience for long periods. So Jordan is having a hard time holding that phone. How's our little lady Erica doing with it?
My tiny girl here can't do it fine.
I mean, all of us, every one of us have held a passport. I think you're on a Q10 before that. I mean, are you noticing a difference? I mean, is it weighing you down? Is it bulky? Is it chunky? Is it just such a dread to carry around with you like it is for poor Jordan?
No, and I don't know where that's coming from, because one of the things that I mentioned in the review is how good it feels in the hand. The weight actually gives you that quality feel that you want when you're holding the phone. It doesn't feel like it's like a bend or break or anything like that.
Yeah, you know what? Getting this DTEC 60 was a wake-up call. You know, I take it out of the box and I have it in my hand, and it's like so thin and so slippery. It's like I have to have a case right now, or something's going to go wrong. And I look at the Key 1, and I look at the passport, and I go, man, you know, those things you can run around with that, you know, without a case. I was going to say run around with it naked, but nobody wants to see that. Anyway, and so to me, it's like that is a phone. It is a solid piece of communications. It's not some pretty little skinny thing, you know. And the DTEC 60, as much as I love this phone, is like that. Without a case on it, it's like, oh my God.
Yeah, the Priv is too thin and light for me.
And see, that's something I like about this phone is that I usually have the Tumi case on it, the case that came in the box with it. I usually have that on it if I'm just, you know, running around doing errands or whatever, just for the extra protection, because I can have kind of a Butterfinger type effect and drop phones rather often. And I don't want any scars or scratches on my phone yet. But no. I've noticed that whether it's in the case or whether it's out of the case, it still feels very comfortable. The case doesn't add a lot of weight to it. It's the case. It's still, I mean, you still have that good feel to it. And it's not heavy. I mean, it's solid in a good way, but it's not heavy. I mean, I can hold it in my hand the whole time I'm talking, and it doesn't even feel like I have anything really in my hand.
So that's good information. So it's not too heavy for a lady, but perhaps Jordan may be a little too dainty for it. So how about the speaker? It says, I know this should go without saying, but the speaker quality on this phone is pretty terrible. What do you think of the speaker there? Because I know the Passport speakers are great, and you came from the Passport. How would it compare?
I don't know what speakers he's talking about, because I had this playing as my radio at work one day, and I couldn't turn it up very loud because it was, you know, wafting down the office hallways at a very low level. I mean, these speakers are pretty amazing, and it's one of the videos I'll be doing in the next few weeks is about the speakers and the sound quality. But
I think that I think that there was some controversy, depending on who you are, about whether the two grills on the bottom meant that there was stereo speakers in there or mono and two vents kind of thing. and I think the consensus that it's mono and 2 vents.
Yeah, one's a mic, one's a speaker, I believe,
or something. I'm not sure how that configuration works. The mono speaker in the Priv always did me well, and so I'd expect that much or more out of the Key One. But I think maybe Erica, you can confirm or deny the stereo aspect of it. There's, some apps or whatever you can use to test that.
I've only got three topics to get through, Dave. Hold on just a minute. three things that Jordan had a problem with. So obviously, Jordan can't hear the phone from room to room because he can't carry it from room to room. It's just a little too heavy for him. So on the last one, Erica, he says, major lag, home screen redraws, and RAM management issues led to a phone that after about a week of use became almost unusable. Now, you've had the phone for going on 2 weeks now, right?
Yeah.
How unusable is it?
It is the smoothest phone I've ever used.
Smoothest phone you've ever used, coming from BlackBerry 10, by the way, which is the smoothest operating system ever. So, I mean, honestly, I can understand how a phone would be unusable if you can't pick it up. But okay, back to you, Dave. What were you saying?
Oh, nothing. I'm going to shut up now.
I just want to add something. About the first time I heard negative review about the Key One, and I searched Twitter all day and saw so many reviews. This is the first time I heard of ridiculous negative review. And about the weight, check what he wrote about the Note 2, because I think the Note 2 and the Key One are almost the same weight. So if you like the Note 2 by Samsung, it said that it's a very light device. So the man got issues.
Yeah.
And
I guess when it comes to weight, he deserves a Grammy.
I can recommend him a very good doctor. Little bit pricey, but
Yeah.
he'll do the job. Man.
The poor bastard. I guess if you gotta hunt for something negative, that's I guess the only but observation, I think is a better word, is based around the amount of RAM that a particular Android device has. And if you look at the difference between something that has 3 gigs of RAM like the Key One and 4 gigs of RAM like the DTEC 60 does, then if you're the kind of person that starts an app, uses it, and then just leaves it in the background and starts another app, uses it and leaves it in the background, etc. ad nauseum, then by the time you want to go back to the first app that you started and used, it may need to redraw to present itself back on the screen. I myself don't have this problem because I'm OCD about starting an app and using it, and when I'm finished using it, I kill the damn thing. So the only 2 apps that I ever have always running on my phone, and you'll never, if I handed you my phone, I guarantee you the 2 apps that are running are the Hub and BBM. You will very likely not see another app running on my phone if I just handed it to you at any point of time. There you go. Yeah, there's Roy, my man. And so I'm just sort of anally that way. That's the way I operate. And some people, they got a problem with something, like an iPhone user at the office. They hand me their phone, and I double click on the home button, and there's this freaking ridiculous list of crap that they've left running in the background, which takes me a minute and a half to kill, and then reboot the phone and then see how they're doing. And so I think that I think that person is like that. That's what they're doing. They're starting an app, using it, and then leaving it in the background. And for what purpose, I don't know. If you're not going to use it for another week, why did you do that?
I think I'm the same way as Dave. I may not clear it as soon as I'm done using it, but I'm constantly going to the open apps and clearing those out. I can't handle having a whole lot of stuff running in the background. And that could just be residual BlackBerry 10 because I'm used to it all being right there on the home screen already.
Yeah. And I was just going to say, and I was the same way on BB10 and the same way on any phone I ever had. It's just, to me, it's illogical to leave space. and I get it, you know, if you do have this particular amount of RAM, you are going to get away with this activity for a particular amount of time until your hog, space runs out. And then it, truly, you could get away with less RAM than that if you're as OCD as we are, or I am, or whatever. But I'm not saying more RAM isn't better. I'm just saying that 3 gigs of RAM is lots, unless you're a freaking app hog, which to me is a waste of time.
The only thing that I would happy to see BlackBerry Mobile adding is device with 64 gigas of memory.
Yeah.
Not only the
That'd be nice.
32. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm even though I refreshed my DTEC 60 3 or whatever it was weeks ago, I never had a problem with the internal memory, which is 32 gigs as well. I try and I use and I goof around with an awful lot of apps, but I really haven't run out of internal memory yet. And I don't think I've never had a phone with more than 32. And therein lies the value of having an SD card slot. That's just brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh.
I gotta tell you, I've been playing with one of those little action cams. I've been showing Dave the different action cams this week, but I've been playing with the one I've got. I got another one coming tomorrow. Don't laugh at me, Erica. And
never mind her, I'm laughing.
I've been pulling all the videos that I'm doing, which are all 1080p, pulling them straight to my phone with a USB on the go cable. So it just goes straight from my little camera to there, and I throw it right on my SD card. And it's like, I think I've got a 128 gig SD card in my Priv. It's like, I have no fear of that. And that's just where I'm keeping all my little videos. I mean, and it's not affecting the internal memory whatsoever because I've just got a huge empty SD card to use, and I can carry all my videos on that. I can't imagine having a device that limits you. They limit you because the manufacturer would rather sell you cloud service or the likes.
Yeah, no argument. The fact that you have an SD card available to you and in use means that the things that you store on your device locally are accessible, orders of 100 times more quickly or something than getting it back off the cloud. I mean, to me, the cloud
internet speeds we get around here would take a lot longer than that, but
whatever it is, I mean, just, anything you stick on your SD card is available to you in a heartbeat, less than a heartbeat. You want something off of your cloud service on your iCloud or whatever, really, why slow yourself down? To me, the cloud is more of a permanent storage or safety space. It's not something that I want to use constantly for, the thing. the things I want to, pictures I want to show people or whatever, things that are current and I want to show people are on my device, not in the cloud.
It's a backup or a way to share. That's exactly what I use clouds for. And I use different clouds for different things. Like, like the Dropbox and the Box and the OneDrive, I've got all of those. But the only thing I use those for are to share, for anything that I want to store and protect. I've got external hard drives and I've got my SD card and I've got a personal cloud that I can't connect to the internet right now because WD doesn't care about protecting it. Yeah, I'm happy about that.
They don't care about my WD TV anymore either. It's dead. So. It still works, but they don't care about it anymore. I think WD stands for wrong decision.
It's such a nice device too, until I read how and blogged how unprotected it is.
Yeah. Oh well.
Anyway,
what are you gonna do? So
it's a
screen size. How you liking the screen size, Erica? And what do you have you run into an app that kind of looks goofy? And I realize that you haven't had an Android device before, but have you run into any kind of apps that look a little bit goofy because of the aspect ratio on that 4.5-inch screen, which is kind of a 3:2 thing? It's not 16:9. It's not, it's a little bit out of the ordinary. So if you run into something that, where fonts appear in funny places where you click a button or anything like that?
Nothing like that yet. I have found that specifically Snapchat, I don't think that they are, I don't know how to phrase it, but anytime I type in Snapchat, the virtual keyboard pops up. It won't go away. So I think that they're just not, they're just not registering the physical keyboard because no other phone uses the physical keyboard that they are familiar with.
Oh, okay.
So that is like the only, I don't know what you would call it, quirk.
Anomaly, yeah.
So far. And I think that's definitely the app. That's nothing to do with the phone.
Speaking of the keyboard,
but other than that,
speaking of the keyboard, have you found yourself turning the key one over into landscape mode and using the virtual keyboard that way? Like if you're in some kind of messaging application or whatever, obviously the primal the primal thing to do, most for us all, BlackBerry users, is to use that physical keyboard because it's there and it's glorious. But if you do happen to have the thing twisted over in landscape mode and maybe you're using the physical keyboard for scrolling or whatever, have you experienced the virtual keyboard in landscape?
I've seen it. I may have entered a word or two, but I haven't used it in landscape. This not only is my first Android BlackBerry, this is also my first BlackBerry with the virtual keyboard at all.
Mm-hmm.
I've always had the physical keyboard device. I've never messed with the virtual, and I don't like virtual. I like pushing buttons.
Yeah.
The only thing I really use
but that's
landscape
not
mode for is
for this conversation.
the only thing I use landscape mode for is for watching videos. So I don't see any use case for me where I would use the virtual keyboard.
Right.
So the virtual keyboard is there on the phone?
Yeah, they're both here. And it's BlackBerry's keyboard.
That's insanity.
That's killer.
It comes, it's part of what's preloaded on the phone.
I need a picture of that. I just can't even imagine the virtual keyboard on that phone. That is
it does
odd.
pop up. It does pop up when you go to landscape mode because it wants you to use the keyboard that is for the right orientation. But
Yeah, and it has its inherent issues, which may or may not be amplified based on its 3x2 appearance. I mean, you are losing real estate with it, but it is there. It's logical. And I love the fact that well, do I love the fact? No, I don't have one in my hands. But I like the idea that you're scrolling around with the physical keyboard, keeping your screen nice and clean. Thank you very much. And then popping onto the virtual keyboard and dirtying it up a bit. Whatever. It seems to me that the options are pretty damn cool and serves, multiple purposes and people.
And
That is awesome. That is awesome that it has that virtual keyboard on
Yeah.
it. It's-
and I know that it's technically a smaller screen, but because the keyboard's there and it's not popping up when you're trying to type,
Right.
while you're messaging and emails and things, you actually have more space to read with on this.
And that is critical, not critical, but it's incredibly interesting. I mean, on my DTEC 60, one of the reasons I bought it was because it has a big freaking screen on it. And I can't tell you how many times I'm pushing the down arrow when I'm in a messaging app in order to see more of that messaging app and get rid of the keyboard. How many times have I done that? Dave cannot count that high. It's, and that's something you don't even think about or care about on a Key One or a Passport or whatever. It's, I don't know, man. It's very compelling.
Any other questions or comments?
I don't know. I was going to start singing "Silence is Golden," but yeah.
Well, I was trying to comment back to Romeo in the chat, but apparently you can't type that much and have it go into the chat. I think I typed too much. Because he's saying that he's experiencing some lag on his DTEC. I forget which one it was. And I was just telling him, it's like when I first got my Priv, I tried a lot. I put a lot of apps on there. I pulled a lot of apps off. I was in the beta program, and I mean, I'm just thinking of all the different things I did with my phone. And yeah, my Priv was starting to lag. I'll admit it. But there was also some issues going on with it because, like, I got my smartwatch, and it wouldn't even pair with my Priv. DTEC 60 says. So I did a wipe. I restored my phone back to factory settings. The smartwatch just grabbed right onto it. There's no issues whatsoever once I did the wipe. And my Priv has just been running so smooth. I mean, hasn't been a single friggin' hiccup. And I know Android as an operating system, lag is something that is going to happen. It just is. But I also know that, like, when I get a new phone, I try a lot of stuff. I put a lot of stuff on, I take a lot off, and I just imagine there's a lot of remnants floating around. So now I know what I want on my Priv. I'm not out there downloading 50,000 apps and deleting 50,000 apps because I discover those 50,000 apps, I use them 2 seconds and I never want them again. But I'm kind of anxious to see, now that I'm not doing all the funky stuff with my Priv, because my Priv is no longer a new phone, how it performs a month from now, 2 months from now,
Well, as a DTEC 60 user, brother, I haven't experienced much, if any, lag at all. And being a horrifying app abuser, there's certainly some things that I've experienced that don't necessarily, boost my experience, but you need to be careful about what you've been installing and using and whatever. And if you find yourself in a situation where if things are slowing down, then you need to take a hard look about what you've been doing over the last week and get rid of some stuff. I did like I say, factory reset my DTEC 60, whatever it was, 3 weeks ago, and you know, it might have helped out some battery, but it didn't improve my, you know, any kind of a lag experience. I wasn't getting any lag. So it might have improved some battery experience because there were fewer apps trying to do crap in the background, which I do try to kill, but, you know, sometimes you forget. Anyway, hopefully your issue is not hardware related.
I don't think it is. I think I did too much. You know? I really do. I mean,
no, I was talking to the DTEC 60 guy who's experiencing lag.
Well, he says he doesn't have a bunch of apps on there, but he did have a cleaner app on there, and I cannot source where it came from, but I know I've read it was an Android thread somewhere. I just remember that those cleaner apps, the apps that do the force closings to try and speed up your device. Yeah, that's what I was telling him in the chat too.
Don't do it.
I've heard nothing but bad things about those. Nothing but bad things.
Yeah. Stuff that says they'll speed up things. How can they? Your phone came out of the box as speedy as it can possibly be. Forget it. And well, you know what? Unless you're with Samsung in their whatever it is, TouchWiz bloatware.
Yeah.
You know, that stuff should be killed with a fork or a knife or both. But when you've got as clean of an Android experience as BlackBerry offers you, it comes out of the box as speedy and as nimble and as capable as you can possibly want. And those cleany things are nothing but pigs. It's unnecessary bloatware. It's them enticing you into spending money for the pro version or whatever. Just forget it. Be like Roy and kill everything except BBM and the hub. Do that.
Does he do that?
He does that. He showed me.
Really, Roy?
Yeah, really. Hab and BBM are the only apps that I keep open in the background.
Yeah. Use an app? Go ahead, use it. You're done using it? Kill the bastard.
Well, you know, that would be smart. That would be smart. I know there's so many times a day when I go hit my little, the square to jump between apps, and I discover that I can't find the app I'm wanting to jump to because I've got way too many open, you know?
Yeah, because
I use the little cards.
The scrolly thing, yeah, the cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, forget it.
I'm sitting there flipping through all the cards trying to find the app I need, and it's like, man, I really got to shut these off.
Yeah, and that wastes more time than it takes to find the app and start it up.
Okay, so I have a question for you guys, because I'm not on BlackBerry Android other than this phone. When you have your open apps or your recent apps and everything that's open, do you not have a clear all function?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a clear all there.
You guys are talking about...
I rarely use it because rarely, if ever, I've pressed it maybe a couple of times in 2 years because I only have 2 apps running, and that's the Hub and BBM. So there's no reason
just to show you, just because I just grabbed my phone and I want to show her. This is just, and I don't even know what's there. So wait, let me see if there's anything embarrassing.
Doesn't look like we'll be here for a while.
But,
Thank you.
But I just grabbed my phone to go see. I just grabbed my phone to go see where the clear all is, and I've got a few apps open right now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, on the cards, the way I use it, the clear all just pops up at the top as you're flipping through them. I don't know. You're probably using the masonry, right? Where it's all the different size boxes.
Yes.
Because that's what comes out of the box on BlackBerry Android, and I can't stand that. I really can't. I love the looks of it when we saw it in the pre-release pictures, but actually using it, I couldn't stand that. So I went to the cards. The third option is all the squares are the same size, right? And I prefer that even over the masonry, they call it.
I use a card system on my work tablet, and I have so many issues with it because I hate trying to find one I want to keep open. One I want to keep closed. So I like the masonry, and if I have more than 2 or 3 things open, I usually just hit clear all.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, there's a question. Were you
Oh,
doing the
okay.
same thing I was, Erica?
Probably. Go ahead.
Brian Deeb in the comments says, by the way, I missed the beginning of this podcast, so can we say Mazel Tov to Roy?
Thank you. Man, I'm so
I don't know what's public. I don't know. we were afraid to say anything, Roy.
Nah, it's
Dave,
okay.
Dave kind of said.
Yeah, blame it on Dave.
Yeah.
Did you want to say anything or no? I don't know if you did.
Me? Yeah. About what?
I'll take that as a no.
Okay, never mind.
Too funny. That is too funny. Yeah.
Any announcements you want to make? Introductions? I don't know.
I said goodbye last week to the word sleep, to the meaning of sleep.
There you go.
And someone told me that the next time that I will be sleeping well is when my child will know how to use a tablet or a VOD service.
Yeah, no doubt.
But
And then you will
try
never
it.
speak to them again.
Yeah, probably.
You'll have to BBM them.
Yeah.
Since my child born, my brother downloaded BBM. Some people download BBM because I said that I refuse to send picture through WhatsApp, and
Nice.
everybody download BBM. Even that some of them really hate me because they use iPhone and BBM don't work well on iPhones. Well, apparently.
So there you go, guys. If you're having a problem getting family and friends on BBM, go get a girl pregnant. It's
Okay, I've got a new name for BBM. It actually stands for Baby Boy Messenger. Yeah. All right. Congratulations, Roy.
Thank you. So next topic.
Yeah. I'm out of here. Yeah. Need some sleep.
Erica, topic? She's too busy playing on her new phone.
Well,
Hey.
the only other topic we have for tonight is WhatsApp. So unless Dave had something he wanted to add before we switch.
Well, I wanted to ask about multicolored lead. That's happening. Are you happy with it?
Oh, I'm incredibly happy with it because that's like 80% of my notifications.
Yeah. So are you able to on NuGAT? Are you able to individualize a color for a particular contact? Or
Good question.
have you gone that far?
I haven't gotten to dig in that far because I'm very particular about notifications, so I'm trying to learn it as much as I can before I set anything up too deeply.
Okay.
Um,
Well, if you want
I have
someone to
noticed-
experiment with, because I message you so often, like, never.
Absolutely.
Yeah, then I would be a new contact and you could experiment and use yellow or some chicken shit color like that.
Dave, all
Yeah,
your friends and family are already on BBM, so stay away from Erica.
Okay, that's 3. Anyway.
But yeah, that is something I'm going to definitely have to play with more now that I've gotten the review done out because the review was my focus for the past week.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely going to dig into that more and see what all settings are there. Because I guess I keep saying this, but I am new to Android, so I'm still kind of just learning the UI and the settings, the way that the settings are all organized and everything. So it's a big learning process for me. It's a big learning curve.
Yeah, I get it.
Brother Nil asked, and I don't know if you've run across this yet, but have you tried the split screen?
I haven't. Again,
add that to your list. Add that to your list for your next video.
I haven't played with it much. So yeah, it's something I need to dig into. I mean,
you have an idea of what your next video is, right?
Yes, I do. My
Did you
next video. Well, my next video will be on the battery. I want to talk about the boost charge. I don't know if you guys can hear my dog is barking here, sleep in the background.
It's all good.
I want to talk about the boost charge feature because it's a cool little thing that they have in there.
No problem.
So that's what you guys can look forward to. More Erica.
Right on. We'll rename you Millie. Last name Ampower.
Okay, so WhatsApp. I think Roy was the one that blogged that, but he's off right now. I bet somebody woke up. So we're coming up to the deadline for the end of WhatsApp on BB10, right? The current deadline, because the deadline was moved back once before. So we don't know if it's going to be moved back again, because it's the end of June, right? Is when WhatsApp stops supporting BB10.
Yeah,
a little over a month away.
We got a little over a month before they either stop supporting or they push the deadline back again, which hopefully they do. But in the meantime, Nemery has a new app he's working on. Is it Roy's back? Is that the Oliver's app for WhatsApp? Is that is it out? Is it beta?
Yes, it's out. You need to enter the link that we add to a post, and you will need to send email to Nemery, pay over PayPal or whatever you want to Nemery, and you will get an APK file that you need to sideload to your BB10 device.
It's an APK or is it a bar?
It's an APK.
APK. You use the.
So you don't have to sideload. Haha. Okay. What?
Yeah. Okay, you can install it on a BB10 device. Repackaged the Android app of WhatsApp, and the big difference from the regular Android app is that you have app notifications. And if you use the Android app on BB10, you don't have the app notifications.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
So I think it's great. If you use WhatsApp for any reason, pay $1.99 and you will get WhatsApp for your BlackBerry 10 device.
And it's a repackaged app, so we won't be seeing it in BB World, right?
No, you will not see it in BB World. And I think I want to be cautious, but since we know what happened with Snap2 chat from Nemery, I guess in the minute WhatsApp will realize that users still use it from BlackBerry 10 devices, something will happen. I guess I will send some email to Nemery.
Well, the question is, though, because the BB10 users can still use the Android app on BB10. I wonder if WhatsApp, Facebook, Satan, whatever you want to call them, if they will notice that it's not the regular Android app. I wonder. I'm not making any guesses.
No, but it will be interesting. It will be even interesting to see if they will check if BlackBerry 10 users still using WhatsApp I don't think they really care. But,
I mean,
I hope
honestly,
it
at this
will.
point, they really shouldn't care. If they do care, it's out of spite. That's the only thing. Because
I think the point is, whether you have to support something or not. And if you don't have to support it, why don't you just shut up and let it work?
Yeah. But it's great to see Nemery support the BlackBerry 10 platform. So I call everyone who use WhatsApp and still use BlackBerry 10, go and buy WhatsApp 10 from Nemery. Yay.
Now remember that you told people to do it in case it gets shut down and the villagers come with their burning torches because they want their $1.99 back.
Yeah. I recommend to buy
I'm
it.
not telling anybody to do anything. I'm saying
I rephrase it.
on BBM. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. If you are on July and we don't publish about any issues with WhatsApp 10, you can go and buy it.
Or you can be like me and Roy, where this is it.
Just a moment. Just keep it.
That's it, baby. It's just these two.
Just these two.
BBM is where you need to go. So get out there and start impregnating. And
yeah, that's
What
right.
happened? You're not telling people what to do.
I don't know. All of a sudden became unimportant. I don't know. Just saying. And on top
but
of
yeah,
that,
I mean,
WhatsApp died this week.
go ahead. It did a big death.
Mm.
We were still BBMing each other.
Because
Just saying.
other desks are small.
That worked. BBM worked. BBM worked when WhatsApp was dead. Remember all those years ago and all the kerfuffle? It's so nice to be able to turn the tables around.
Wayno is in our chat yelling, "Discover TV on BBM." We didn't talk about that.
Discover what now?
Discover TV on BBM.
On BBM for the Nigerian and South African BBM users.
Right.
It's basically a streaming service for, I don't know what is the local currency, but it's very cheap because it's one per day. Yeah. So it sounds very cheap. And
One per day.
Yeah, one per day. One something currency per day.
One coin.
1 hour. 1 hour.
Well, there is,
child.
There's a thing called 1,000.
I don't think so that MTech will take so much money for this service per day.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's very realistic that it's very cheap. You get the first month for free, and you can see some TV series, documentaries, sports, cartoons.
Well, I think that's really cool. And I got a message from one of my contacts, Aaron. Hi, Aaron. I hope you're watching.
Hey, Aaron.
And
Hey, Aaron.
And he's saying, do you want to do some videos on BBM? And I'm going, what you talking about, Willis? And he said, yeah, you need an account with video.com, and that's vidio.com, which I think is through MTech. And I don't know all the details yet. And he hasn't shared me the links or the contacts yet. But soon, I think we're going to be able to offer videos on our BBM channel.
Yeah, video.
I don't know who else is doing it. Aaron is on his channel.
I think it's the Indonesian version of YouTube.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, we saw the BBM ad on the site, and yeah.
They announced that several updates ago, but it just wasn't working. Are you saying it's working now, Dave?
Yep. I popped into that channel and it's up and running and smooth as butter.
Because you know what, there's things are happening on BBM. Like I posted last night that the channel transfer is now working, and because when the channel ownership transfer first initially happened, I of course went in and tried moving my channels around, right? And there's really no difference. It was just you're an administrator, and on the desktop it said that you were the owner, but that was pretty much it because it didn't show up in your phone. You did get comments. If like my channel, my old channel that I moved to this ID, if someone would comment on that channel, I would get a notification of it. But even when I went back to reply to that comment, it was showing up as my new ID and not the channel ID. Well, yesterday I opened up my BBM and those channels that I had moved way back when it first started are on this ID. They moved over. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I got all excited. I blogged my post. It's like, this is happening now. And I contacted Jesse, who Jesse is the channel owner of UTB Blogs, which, you know, since the day he created that channel, I've been kicking myself that, you know, somebody else owns the UTB Blogs channel and I don't. And he transferred it over to me. So now I'm the owner of the UTB Blogs channel, but it's not showing up on my new ID. So I think there's some sort of transfer that has to take place. I'm guessing it will take time. I know Jesse also changed the ownership of his channel, the GIF Exchange, to his new ID. And I'm just thinking if it's a case of data needing to move over, I know there's a lot of content on UTB Blogs, and I know there's got to be 100 times that much content as far as bytes, you know, data is concerned on the GIF Exchange.
Oh yeah.
So I'm waiting to see when these channels flip over to our new IDs.
Well, we'll see in the next few days what happens with that.
Yeah.
We'll see. But it's cool, you know, things are marching ahead. So yeah. Hopefully all you guys that are used to seeing some, you know, or visiting UTB's channel, maybe you'll start to see some video content soon. It'd be too cool. And the one I watched was like over 5 minutes long. It's not like there's some kind of limit to it. Well, not a short limit anyway.
Which channel is it, can you say? Or is it one of those, you know, by invite only that aren't supposed to exist?
No, it's This Just In News.
Oh, okay. I'm not on that. I was on, I think my other phone was on that.
Yeah, no, he's got a 5 minute and 31 second video on there. It's pretty cool.
Awesome. Well, we'll need to start a channel over there, huh?
Yeah, no, I was duly impressed. High quality, super smooth, runs like a top. Love it.
There it is. That is awesome. Aaron, how did you do it?
Well, you got to get an account at video.com, and then I've yet to receive his link on who to talk to. So
that's awesome. Yeah, that is smooth and crisp.
Yeah.
So we need to have
kudos,
a video
Aaron. Thanks, buddy.
Account for this.
Apparently.
Yeah, that's where you got to host your videos. I what I don't know is how to paste them or make them work yet.
So, what is the URL?
vidio.com.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because I write it and it's transfer me to the disney.co.il for unknown reason.
Disney?
Check your DNS settings, homie. Whether that or you've been hijacked.
Yeah, I got to it. I wonder if it's got some sort of region block.
Don't know.
Well, it looks just like YouTube, except not a lot in English. No.
No. But whatever, it's your repository or I mean, it'd be like a video form of photo bucket type deal.
Yeah.
Who cares?
We could do some BBM channels only videos.
It's video. It's not video.
What, I spelled it wrong or what?
VIDIO.
It's VI. Yeah, and I wrote video like normal.
I only said it twice, Roy. I'm sorry.
Roy he was like searching venereal diseases.
Yeah.
It's VID.
Yeah. It's too late. It's too late for that.
So I need to. This is
Erase your browsing history right now.
What the? What
VDEO.
is
Ooh, that'd be bad.
Why it's not in English?
Anyway, I'm sure people don't want to hear about us searching around on the internet.
The Internaughty?
Yeah.
Okay.
Roy's found something very humorous.
He did. Roy's having a lot of fun on VDEO.
Don't forget he hasn't had an awful lot of sleep, so he's probably a bit giddy.
Yeah, we can continue.
You can find just get online, look up Dave on VDEO.com.
Yeah. I'm sure I'll be there, yeah. So anyway, back to reality.
Well, anybody have anything else to go? Apparently we ran through the topics really fast, and I think apparently the only topics we had was Erica and her phone and WhatsApp. Yeah. Did we have something else?
No, that was it.
Sure felt like
That's all you boys gave me today.
I thought Dave punched in a bunch of stuff. Or was he just rambling on?
No, I popped out 3 subjects, and that was enough.
Oh, okay.
And 2 of them were WhatsApp.
Oh, yep. You're right.
Yeah, take a picture.
Okay, well, I got nothing.
All right.
Alpha? Okay.
Okay, I got a question.
nothing.
The question,
I got nothing.
a question on the way out the door, and Erica's not invited to this question. How many people are getting the key 1? Put your hand up.
How many what?
How many people are going to get the key 1?
I'm still fighting myself. I want it so bad.
Can't see
I
my
got my
hand.
hand. I got my hand halfway up.
My hand is all the way up.
I already ordered it,
Okay.
and I wait to the 22nd to this month to Clove COUK shipping to me.
Right. So Erica already has one. Alpha is
Alpha
100%.
Yes.
Roy's 100%, and both Brad and I are on the fence.
And I just want to be clear. It's not a case of I'm on a fence. I don't know if I want it or not. I freaking want it. The thing, I'm on the fence because I spend too much damn money. And it's like, I really need to stop. I'm like fighting myself.
Yeah, but dude, you just spent more money today.
But it's for this website.
Uh-huh.
I needed another camera.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one's cool though. It's black.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
It's cooler than the key 1.
No. No, but it's also $50 versus
Over 10 times that.
yeah. I mean, let's be honest here. Well, I got to tell you, I'm really loving because I got a little action cam. I don't know how long ago, Dave. Was it like 3 months, whatever?
Yeah, I think more than that, but whatever.
Yeah, and I spent. I mean, it was cheap. It's not a GoPro, but it was over $100, and I'm looking at it now, just a short time later, and you can go get some really nice action cams for way less than that. I mean, like the one I got today, it's 4K, it's Wi-Fi, it's got the Sony sensor. It's better than the one I'm speaking on right now, and it was $50. Come on, man, you can't beat that.
How come we're not speaking on it right now?
I am speaking on it right now.
I thought you said it's better than the one you're speaking on right now.
No, because that one, the one I bought today, shows up tomorrow. Amazon.
Oh, I see. There you go.
Oh, well. And they work really well with Blackberries and a USB on-the-go cable. I'm just saying. I don't think I'd be enjoying it so much without my Blackberry, because I'm doing like all my little videos, all my little editing, all that stuff directly on my Blackberry. I love having just like, there you go. Where's Thorsten? Mobile computing. I'm there. I am all there.
Yeah, but Thorsten isn't there.
Yeah, no, Thorsten's not there.
He can charge my priv.
Yeah.
Is he still doing that?
No, he was an assault on battery, and then I don't know where he went.
Oh.
He demolished the company Paramount.
Oh, that's right.
And
that is right. I still like the guy. I did like the guy. He did stuff that nobody would really want to do. He did a lot of the hard stuff that didn't really work, but he did it. And he made the Z10 look really small when he held it up for everybody to see.
Yeah.
With his giant hands.
And I'd like to thank Brad for bringing up that Heinz site.
I don't know. If anyone asks, I don't know. I don't know how his brain works. I don't get it. I've known Dave for what? We got to be going on 5 years now, right, Dave?
Too long.
And I still don't get it. It's never made sense to me. Dave has never made sense to me at all.
Yay. Success.
Oh, that's a good question. Brother Neil asked, he wants supports on the go. It's like, that's a USB Type-C. Are there USB Type-C OTG cables? There you have it.
I think it's a 3.1 spec, and it depends on what you want to do. As an example, this here DTEC 60 doesn't have HDMI out via hardware through that port. And I thought I'd miss it, but I don't. And I have yet to try USB on the go. My existing USB cables adapted do not work, so I need something specific. So I agree. I'm very interested in hearing whether USB on the go is available on the Key One.
I'm seeing a lot of adapters here.
Are they early
adapters?
No,
here we go. Here we go. USB Type-C to USB 3.0 Type A adapter, charge and sync cable, blah, 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 on the go. $6.99. Totally worth it. You could get that one, or you could get one that has a threaded cable for $7.59. Here's one that's looking really sexy and all black for $9.99.
I know, but it's like $6 for you, and it's like $300 for me.
I've moved to America. We're making it great again.
Yeah, I know. Well, I guess I could go drive across the border in 5 minutes and go get it, I guess.
Bring your passport, or I will wall your ass out.
I have a passport, and I also have a Nexus card, so I can get here and back faster than you can do stuff.
I'm just playing. I'm messing around. I'm in one of those moods. There's no way I'm getting into Canada. I know that.
No,
They're gonna be like, "What's your favorite maple?" And I'm gonna be like, "I don't like maple," and then they're gonna, murder my family. That's
yeah, and they'll show you a picture of a hockey stick and ask you what's that, and you'll say it's a murder weapon, and you won't get in.
Wow, so do we have anything else to discuss tonight?
I think Erica stopped having fun about an hour and 45 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Okay, let's call it. Erica wants to get back to her key one.
I don't blame her because
Why
I'd
not
be
ever
all over
laugh?
that too. Ugh.
All right, good night, folks.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Thanks.
See you later.